Evans fakes the three, takes the two, and knocks it down. A lot of contact from Reese on Clark underneath, no whistle. Not a flagrant foul, penalty one, which it probably should have been upon review, at least by our account. This Mabry doubled off to Carter. Her jumper is good. Kennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench. And then the lay from Boston as the officials are going to take a look at what just transpired between Carter and Clark. I mean, that's clearly a foul.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it f***ed up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But for her individually, I don't think she should get involved on nothing that's being said. Just go have fun, enjoy, but I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty, girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world.
Oh, you are.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes. Listen, what she's accomplished, give her flowers. Stop being petty, all you women out there. She got y'all ass charters. She bringing all y'all this money to the table, but y'all being petty like dudes. LeBron, you are 100% right. Y'all girls, stop being petty. Caitlin Clark, thank you for bringing all that money and shine to the WNBA.
Honestly, I've never talked to LeBron directly, but obviously I've seen he's commented about myself, and I just saw this morning he talked about women's basketball in general and how good the game is and the stars in our game, and he knows what he's talking about. He pays attention. He supports the game. He doesn't just talk about it. He really shows up and supports, and I think that's the coolest thing. One of the greatest players of all time, really helping support and grow women's basketball. That's exactly what we need. So he's somebody I've always idolized. So it's cool to be in Cleveland and play here, a place where his career started, and he was able to do so many amazing things.
So before we get into the recent thing that has happened in the Caitlin Clark teardown train, okay, that's the only thing that it could even be considered. It's just every time you go on the internet, it's as much as LeBron James says, as much highlight as she's bringing to the sport of the WNBA, as much as people are now watching the games more, whatever the case is, you always have that other side of the coin in which there's so many people who are talking about how, she's not all that, it's not that serious. When they bring up her name, they have to bring up, well, how come we don't give, these other people the same highlight? It's always something, right? In my previous video, when I spoke about everything that was going on with Caitlin Clark, and just how there was people who were, women in particular, not people, women in particular, who were, trying to negate how good she is, who were trying to negate her talent, who were trying to, say, oh, well, the WNBA player who said, oh, well, when she comes here, it's going to be something different because, you might be good with them little girls, but, when you come over here, it's going to be a whole different showdown. I think what Charles Barkley said is so interesting because he said, that the women are behaving like men and that men are the most insecure. But I think that in this exact situation, we are seeing in real time that is not true. We're seeing the proof that women carry bigger insecurities and move out of insecurity, out of jealousy. And the whole reason why Charles Barkley had the space to even call anybody petty is because of the behavior that these women are displaying towards Caitlin Clark. And this is why I always say that, over and over again, people talk about oh, women supporting women and women stick together and, oh, the sisterhood and, all we care about is each other and women's rights and women's equality and women loving other women. Is only true to a certain extent. It's only true if you are in a certain demographic. It's only true if you look a certain way. It's only true if you go, along with all the norms that they are placing upon you. If you are contrary to anything that they, deem to be acceptable for who deserves praise or who does not deserve praise on this, feminism, women empowerment, sisterhood list. If you're anything different, they're going to team up and try to take you down, tear you down, tarnish what you're trying to build, and all of the above. The truth is, I said it before in the last video, and I have to say it again. When I watched the highlights of Caitlin Clark, mainly because there was so much talk and controversy, and I saw so many people tearing this person down, and I'm like, what's going on with this person? When I actually watched, I was like, this girl could ball. Like, this girl really has game. She really is talented. Regardless of what she looks like, regardless of where she's from, regardless of any of the above, she is a talented player. And you would think that the people who are grouping together in wanting the WNBA to be successful, in wanting, to be able to be in spaces to make more money, you would think that they would say, oh, yes, let's embrace her. Let's, support this whole thing that's going on because it's going to, support the game as a whole. Same thing that Caitlin Clark did in this interview when she was talking about LeBron. It's the same thing that she did last time. Travis Scott went to their basketball game to take a picture with her. She brought her whole team. Like, no, let's take a picture with all of us. LeBron is talking about her, and he specifically was talking about Caitlin Clark, and she's saying this is good for the WNBA as a whole. She's seeing the bigger picture. But I know the real problem is that the people, they want to be the ones who's breaking the barriers. And because they're not, they're going to do anything to try to, again, on the train, to drag it down. Hence why we saw this situation that happened in her recent game where this player, committed a foul on her during the game.
On the play before bumping in with Caitlin, it seemed like she turned to you a little bit after the FIBA
I
score.
didn't answer no Caitlin Clark questions.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything.
That's enough.
Has been terrific. Mabry doubled off to Carter. Her jumper is good. Kennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench. And Clark. I mean, that's clearly which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter.
Where Carter kind of decked you. How do you respond to that and stay within yourself?
I feel like I'm just at the point where you accept it and don't retaliate. Like, just let them hit you, be what it is. Don't let it get inside your head and know it's coming. I think at this point, I know I'm going to take a couple hard shots a game. It is what it is, I guess. I don't know.
I have to say this, right? You see, if there was a ball in this woman's hand, if it was a foul, but it was during the game, she's trying to guard her or whatever, and she falls down, whatever. It's not about, being a victim. It's not about the victim Olympics. Oh my gosh, everybody's so sorry for her. It's not about emotions and sensitivity. It's about looking at the big picture and looking what's really going on and what's at play. This person, was doing her thing in college, got drafted, went to the WNBA, and because of the highlight and how much traction she's bringing, a lot of people despise her for it. And because of the fact that they despise her, they turn it around and where her job is now not necessarily the safest place for her to perform. Again, this is foolish. Because if one person, in the name of sisterhood, right? In the name of women supporting women. This is why all that feminist rhetoric is foolishness. It's not true. In the name of women supporting women, you would think, again, that because of all this traction, they're going to be there to show out and perfect their craft in the best way that they know how, so that whenever there is a highlight on them or during the games where they know that they're going to be playing against her, that they're going to bring their A game. Yeah, you're competitive. You want to win. You want your team to win. You're going to bring your A game so that people can say, oh, wow, as we're watching this game that we've never really watched, because it's been said over and over again that after, Caitlin Clark joining the WNBA, as well as Angel Reese, these women who have joined the WNBA now, people are now looking and they want to see what's going to happen. How are they going to perform in these different aspects? How are they going to perform now at this level? So since there's more people who are watching, again, at this superior level, way more people tuned in than they ever were, while they're seeing the game, they might say, oh, wow, look at this player. She's really good too. Let me go see her highlight reel. Let me go see this. Let me, even brands. Oh, wow. We have her as our number one. But now that we're seeing who she's playing against, oh, that person is super talented. We need to sign them next. Hence why Charles Barkley is saying that she's changing the whole narrative. What's interesting is that this is something that women do across the board. If there's anything that there's a possibility that it could better themselves, but there's one person who's getting a particular highlight that they feel like they deserve, oh, they got a problem. Oh, no, she's getting a highlight that I think I should get. Oh, no, now I got a problem with her. The woman did nothing to you. The girl did nothing to you. She's just focusing on what she got going on. She's not paying attention to anything that you're doing. And instead of you internalizing and saying, what can I do to better myself? You turn all that energy against that person like that person is doing something wrong. No, that person is focused like you should be. That's what she's doing. This don't have nothing to do with regular trash talking the game. That's normal. This don't have nothing to do with foul or whatever. That's normal. But for it to be something that's so, it's not even like people are hiding behind it anymore. And it's crazy because there's so many things that people are trying to use. Oh, race and this and that and because that's foolishness. It is what it is. Is there more eyes on the WNBA now than ever before? Yes. I have to say in the most, recent years. Absolutely. Are people mad that it's not because of them that the WNBA is getting the highlight? Yes. And I feel, again, that they're using that as fuel to tear her down. My question is, after her contract is up, I'm wondering what people are going to do if she decides to go overseas and play ball. Then what? If she decides, this is not a safe place for me. I'm uncomfortable. I'm no longer happy. I don't want to be here. And now overseas, they're offering me way more money. They're offering me stability with people who are supporting me. What are they going to do here? It's going to go back down to the same thing. Oh, it's not fair. We're not making the same amount of money. Oh, it's not fair. Nobody's watching our games. Oh, how come male basketball players get paid this and we get paid this? How come we don't have the same endorsements? It's going to be the same tune all over again. So if they don't, jump on the winning team, on the winning train and get it together, it's terrible what will, come of the progress that's being made. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.